everybody.
All right. Oh, one more to admit.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I think we got all the people in the waiting room.
How's everybody feeling? Good?
Good.
2 thumbs up, that's a good thing.
Awesome. Oh, good. We got some thumbs up. Okay. So we're back again for the third workshop today. I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Darren. I know I did. And watching it again, I always get more out of it. So thank you for that. We're here for heart journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and let LJ take it away. And I'm going to go ahead and spotlight LJ.
Great. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I know you've been here all day, so I hope that you are up for another art adventure. This is one I created during the pandemic and have offered it online to groups for the last 1.5 years, and find that it grew out of my own art journaling practice, where I use art to journal instead of words, and introduced it to others and discovered the power of creating a group space that is really a co-creative space. It's a space where we all are holding each other and honoring and nurturing each other's journeys. So, and it's also a space where you get to participate at whatever level you feel inclined to, and passing is just fine, but there will be invitations to share. And in this space, one of the powerful pieces of this group sharing is that we just witness and we don't respond to each other than just kind of a nonverbal, I heard you, I've got you, I'm holding you, I'm honoring your journey. And there's something very powerful in adding, one of the other workshop presenters talked about the power of art to get past the words, the part of our brain that thinks in words, to that deeper part of symbolicness that is such a big piece of the power of art. And adding to that silent witness just creates, I think, a very profound space. So I'm hoping we can get there together today. I'm going to just stick the agenda in the chat just so you know what we're doing. You just grab it. So, and if I could multitask, I would be talking at the same time, but apparently that's beyond me at the moment. There you go. So we're going to do a little warm up. I know you've been doing art off and on all day, but it's part of the process for getting to the space that I like to create. Then I'll give you a little more overview. We'll drop into a guided meditation. We'll do the art journaling. We'll have that process of sharing, that's that silent witness sharing. Whoever wants to participate, or would just pass. If everybody wants to pass, that's fine too. We'll do a second round of journaling and another round of sharing, and then we'll have some discussion. Hopefully, I'm hoping to condense what I usually do, which is 1.5 hours, into 50 minutes, so we have some time for discussion. So this is going to be a very abbreviated form of what I usually do. Okay. So let's start with just a little warm up. I want to invite you to draw some little thumbnail sketches of different emotions, just 2 or 3, just for a minute, like anger or rage or fear or grief, or just with lines. Like, just how do you represent the different emotions with lines? And just a minute. So wrap up whatever you're doing. It's just a really quick warm up. Really quick. Yep. Make sure you each have at least one done. If you have 2 or 3, that's great. If you have more than one done, pick your favorite, take a look at it. And then I'm going to ask you, actually, so we're small enough that we can practice holding things up. I know you've done it before, but I've been doing this on Zoom for a year and a half. I've learned some things about how to share with each other. So one thing is to hold the paper steady and kind of also be able to see what you're doing. So this is my grief. So that's just because there's so few of us. Those of you who want to, I'm just going to call your name and then share. So Lisa. And you're muted. Lisa, you're muted. If everybody wants to unmute so we can do this fast.
Okay. Do you see that? Angry.
Anger. Thank you. Lauren.
That is fear and anger.
Thank you. Jesse.
They're both kind of close together. Loss, and then
Yeah.
kind of goes downwards.
Yeah, thank you. How do you say your name? Darren? Dareen?
First try, Darren.
Darren.
All right, let's see. I got fury and calm.
Nice, thank you. Irene?
Okay. Despair and anger.
Yeah, thank you. Debbie? And you can pass if you want.
I was doing mine just on the side of my paper. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see.
It's blurry. Oh, there we go,
Happy.
almost.
Wait a minute.
I don't know why your camera's not picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know either. There it is.
There we go.
Happy, angry,
Yeah.
sad.
Great, thank you. Heidi?
Anxious, mad, was starting to be calm, but got.
Thank you, thank you. And Rachel, would you like to share? Pass. Pass, okay, great. So as most of you probably already know, because you're in Art Break Symposium and Life with Art Break, there's so much emotion you can do in just a little bit of line, right? And so when I journal, often I don't have a picture. It's lines and emotion and expression. So my invitation to you today is to invite that level of expression to come into your journaling. Is there anything anybody wants to notice about the just that little exercise, like 1 or 2, any comments before we go into the next thing? And if the power of the line, yes, Lisa, it's pretty powerful.
I noticed. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Lauren, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I noticed that I started with aggressive emotions, like what I consider aggressive, fear and anger, and then they kind of turned into, I went down to free and breath. And so it's like I got stuff out, and then I was able to, yeah.
Nice, wonderful. Okay, good. So like I said, this is really just about letting things emerge on the page, and I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation to reflect on your week. That's kind of the structure that I've been using, and if the week doesn't work, you can use month or your life or whatever chunk of time, or today. I'm going to use the word week so you can substitute. And so I'm just going to invite you to settle in a little. You can soften your gaze, focus on your breath. And I will say now that when I'm done with this guided meditation, I will turn the music on and you can just start journaling with whatever emerges. And I'll let you know how much time based on where we're at. Yeah, you'll have about 10 minutes to journal. So focus on your breath. Inhale, release, and exhale, settling. Inhale, nourishment, and exhale, cleansing. And as you feel the seat holding you and the love that's available to you in this moment, as much as you can feel, look back on the last chunk of time, on your last week. Is there a word or phrase or image that comes to mind to kind of describe it? What was it like? And whether or not you have that word or phrase or image or color, is there a moment from this last week or chunk of time that you want to kind of reflect on for a minute? Recall it in detail. As you continue to breathe in the love available to you in this moment, send it to that moment. And from this little bit of distance and perspective, recall where you were. What were the colors like in the room? What was the light like, or the outdoors, or whatever space you were in? What sounds were there? What did you smell? And as you breathe in the love available to you in this moment and send it to that one, recall how you felt in that moment. What was it like to be you? And how did you respond? What did you say or think? What were the gifts or the stresses and challenges? And as you breathe in the love of this moment and send it to that one as much as you can, see if there's colors, images, or a message for you. And when you're ready, release that moment with some gratitude and inhale the love of this moment. Release that moment with gratitude for getting you to this one and for giving you some messages or some reflection. And now I invite you to recall the rhythms of your whole week, the small moments. Well, how well did you sleep this week? What was it like to wake up in the morning? How well did you eat? What kinds of things did you eat this week? What were the moments between the busyness? Walking from one place to another, taking your breaks. What were those transitions like? When did you rest? Take time to yourself. And as you recall the small rhythms and moments that make up your day that go by often unnoticed, are there any colors, images, or messages for you? And as you breathe in the love available to you in this moment and receive those messages or colors, breathe out a little gratitude. You made it to this moment. And now expand outward and hold all of it. The big moments, the one you reflected on, others that also took energy and focus, and all the little moments of your week. What's left that still needs attention? Feel free to sit in this meditative space, and I will turn on some music. So when you are ready, you can start journaling, and you will have 10 minutes. 2 more minutes. Finish up, even if it's not finished, just come to a stopping point in 2 minutes. So go ahead and put your finishing touches on. So the way that we're going to share, for those who are so inclined, is to not narrate with a bunch of words from your head so much as really let the words come from your heart, just like the picture just came from that deeper place. Try and stay in that deeper place as you speak. And just sort of let the most important pieces rise out in the sharing rather than all of the story. And I'm hoping we have enough time for everybody who wants to share. I think that's more important than doing a second round. So that's what I'm choosing right now. And so I'll start to just model it and then let there be a pause. There can be some silence, which can feel comfortable or uncomfortable depending on your relationship to silence, but just really breathe into that space between each person. And I'm not going to call on people. This is the co-creative place where we create the space together. And when you're ready to share, if you're ready to share, you can show your picture and not say any words. Let us know to look, because we might not be looking. Or you can speak and not show your picture, or you can do both, or you can pass. So it's really, this is your space, and we'll take 10 minutes at the most. Hopefully that's enough time. So I'll just take breath and let the words settle for me. So this week was a lot of movement and some fruit of some hard work that I've done. There was this kind of vortex of energy that kind of coalesced. I made new connections that felt really wonderful. And I went to a Passover Seder last night. That all of this, I think, is coming out of this isolation that I've been in for so long. And I feel the fruit of emergence. So I'm going to mute. I'm not going to facilitate, and we're just going to let the group a share as you're led. And then after each share, if you're so inclined, you can give a little bow, just a little nod that you heard and you witnessed.
I'll go. I don't know if you can see it. I kind of wrote some words. I don't feel like I took enough breaks this week. And that you said that, I was like going from one thing to the next. So I tried to draw some things that I like to do that I could take a small break in between all the busyness.
I was more wordy, so I this thing came to me. It was space between moments, space between steps, space between breaths, space between time, space between memories, space between emotions, space between expectations, the sweet divine nectar that resides in the space between, the betwixt, space between dreams. I feel like I've been contracting. That happens when you grasp at expectations, the expansion when you pause in the space between. And that's what came on flow.
Mhm. Okay. I started with words and images at first, just the things that happen. And then just now I just combined them like your guys's image. The first is a big yellow like sun. I'll show you that one. So the yellow sun. This week while I was at a park at a red light, but the yellow would be the warning. I like randomly thought of my stepbrother that I haven't seen for like, I don't know, 15 years. He's not my stepbrother anymore. My parents got divorced, but anyways, he was randomly, my mom called me like 2 days later, was like, yeah, Paul's in the hospital and he like had a heart attack and almost died. And so I was like, whoa, was he like visiting me on that day or something? Because it was kind of random. And the only thought I had was man, I wish we would have stayed in contact. And that was kind of a random thought for 15 years, not thinking about it. And then the 3 images is like 3. I thought of an idea this week for a book that's related to the 3 wise men. And so what they did after they left Jesus, and like my theory is that they went and taught him and stuff because they had to. Anyways, it was just a book idea that I came up with. And I was kind of like, oh, this is a cool idea that I can run with and work on. So I was excited by that. So that's pretty much the thing.
I can share. I kind of responded to the rhythm of the week and kind of that embracing that. So I just was like a process of like kind of movement through the week and how there's maybe some ups and downs and kind of from a pattern perspective, like really what that feels like moving through those days. And then I just added some kind of very short phrases, in reflecting upon the week around some of those experiences, like going with the flow, trusting the process, things like that.
This is mine. It feels together, apart, similar, not similar. I traveled for the first time in 2.5 years last week, so that was a big thing. That's why I think one of them looks like a suitcase. So yeah, it's just kind of finding that new flow of life that was, but you kind of don't want it to be sometimes, I guess. Yeah.
I just felt the need to write, and I have a lot of gratitude for the compassionate partner that I have, the opportunity to spend life in self-reflection and in self-care. We honor each other's needs and wants. Most importantly, we honor each other's needs in as it pertains to self-care. That being said, I also have to acknowledge just how spoiled I am and how lucky I am, and that my problems on the grand scheme of things are extremely small. My life is very good today. I have peace, joy, and serenity most of the time. And, life is good. Yeah. So I just had to acknowledge that life is good today. And I like to focus on that and just own that.
I distilled this into one moment at the end of my week that was beautiful, but also contained a lot of what it was about. A lot of physical pain this week, and I called out of work and took care of myself instead. And at the end of the day yesterday, took my 5-month-old golden retriever puppy to a beautiful place on the water, and she had her first doggy paddle. There's a lot of there's the joy and movement, but also there's the deadwood. There's the calm on the water, and the spaz in the corner. And the angle of the light was really beautiful at the end of the day yesterday. Reminded to stop and enjoy the light. And sometimes it feels really good to be off the leash.
And Rachel, I forgot to say, if you want to pass, just let me know in the chat. So I believe you're the last one. Okay, wonderful. So before we move on, I just want to invite us to all hold up, those of us who have pictures, hold them all up. Let's look at them together as a collective collage of our weeks and the themes that emerged. And just take it all in. Can you make sure you can see as well as hold? Just kind of peek around the corner. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. I see themes of growth, of movement, of gratitude, of surprise, of processing the dead wood, but finding the places and remembering the movement, welcoming the new patterns. I'll give you a minute if there's anybody else who noticed a theme in witnessing everybody's, or if somebody else's spoke to yours. So this is all I statements. It's not a dialogue back and forth. It's again honoring that we each have our own journeys that don't need to be interpreted or commented on. But like if you want to add to a layer of sharing about what's happening for you, I welcome that now. And if not, actually, we could go on to the second round. So I think we could squeeze that in, unless, yeah, we still have enough time. So I'm going to invite a quick second round. We usually take about 20 minutes for the first round and 10 minutes for the second round. So this is a very abbreviated version of what I usually do. But let's just take 5 minutes and draw what you want to welcome in for the next week, or write, or just think about it. What do you want to welcome in? And whatever your language for that is. You have a set of prayer, an intention, a hope, a wish. And you can just let the pencil or paper and your art express that. You don't have to know what you're starting to draw. It'll let it emerge. I'll put the music back on for 5 minutes. go ahead and put your finishing touches on for now. You can always go back and work on it more later. And return to the group. Welcome back. And thank you for being part of this process. The invitation now is to share even more briefly, just name out loud in a sentence your wish or intention, if you want, or pass, and show us your picture. And then the rest of us who are so inclined, if you don't have any background noise, go ahead and unmute right now so that we can hear your voice. When someone shares, we will all say, may it be so. So we will send the wishes off into the future collectively. So I'll start again just to model, and then I won't call on people, just when you're ready, if you're ready. And if you're going to pass, if you know you're going to pass, please just put it in the chat so I'll be able to facilitate and make sure you know where we're all at. My wish is to receive the abundance.
May it be so.
May it be so. Would it be?
Mine, breath.
May it be so.
May it be so.
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Compassion and rest.
Oh, may it be so.
May it be
So.
so.
I have joy, play, and to be like a cat. My cat interrupted me.
May it be so.
Maybe so.
May it be
Maybe
so.
so.
Mine just family togetherness. That's it.
Yeah. May it be
May
so.
it be
May it be so.
Mine is my first successful 3D printing on my own and with Serenity.
May it be
May
so.
it be so.
Mine was also Serenity, actually. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
nice.
see it. It's kind of written there, but just that peace, serenity.
May
May it be
May
so.
it be
May it
so.
be so.
Were you going with Lauren?
Go ahead, Debbie.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Debbie.
I want to continue to grow through the arts. We're having our first Creative Arts Cafe virtual this week, so I'm excited.
May it be so.
May it be
May it be
so.
May it be
so.
so.
So, was that everyone? Rachel, I'm assuming you're passing again. Is that everyone? Oh, Rachel said pass, yes. So is that everyone who wanted to go? Yeah. So let's hold all of them up together and say, may it all be so.
May it all be
May it all
so.
be
May it all
so.
be so.
So.
Take it in. Look at all these wishes. Compassion, rest, family, success in endeavors, joy, play, breath, calm. May it all be so.
May it be so.
May it be so.
So I succeeded in going faster than I anticipated. So there's plenty of time for conversation. And let me just say that, so normally there's a lot more spaciousness to draw and to witness and to share. But also so this is a practice you can do individually. It's also a really I hope you get the sense it's a powerful thing to do together. I've done it for different groups. I did it for 10-week group, 10 weeks, the same group was it every week? Once a month? I don't remember how often it was, but it was 10 sessions and we got to know each other over those 10 sessions really beautifully. I did it also for a group that wanted to explore their relationship to race. So the guided meditation was different. It was about, what are your first memories of race was the first, we did 4 sessions together. So the first one was, what are your first memories of race? And then what's a recent memory of race? And so drawing was an entry point into that conversation that's often very difficult. And was really proved very powerful and very healing. What's your family history around race? So like that, this format, I just wanted to share, can be adapted for any topic. I'm imagining doing one around grief for people who are grieving. Yeah, and I think the power, I'll just let you share maybe what your experience of the power of this format is. But for me, there's the individual and the group collective as that dovetail. So I guess I'll just open it to comments or questions or thoughts, conversation.
Yeah, I would agree that I like that you have everybody hold it up together. I'm grateful for everyone to be so open and willing to share. That does make it really powerful experience. Takes it up several notches. And I think that when you see it all together, it's this idea of not feeling alone. And I think that is really hitting me hard, because I think that that's something that a lot of people are feeling right now more. I think it's existed at all times, but I do think that we're feeling it more as a culture right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely. And sometimes the magic of like people like Jesse, you and I, did we book? No, we didn't. I don't know. The other day I drew a yellow sun like you drew, and so I was recognizing the imagery as something similar to what I've drawn, Yes, exactly. And I'll show you the one, because it was actually the other day, it wasn't today, but sometimes that happens on the same time. You get 2 or 3 people doing the same image. And there is this sense of, especially if you do it with the same group regularly, there's this sense of sometimes we're down, sometimes we're up, and we're all in different places, but we're all going in and out of life. And there's this beautiful sense of, it's just, we're just moving through life. And that does create a sense of interconnectedness that relieves some of that loneliness you're talking about, Lauren.
Yeah, I love the part of the practice where you do hold it up and you're sharing, and we just receive it as the group. I thought that was beautiful, and it's just, again, being seen, right?
Right. Right.
Which is, you're not alone. You are being seen and received without any expectations or judgment. Yeah.
Right. And oftentimes, the reason I do it that way is because oftentimes, with our best intentions, we say, oh, I get what you're saying. And then we diminish what's been said in some way that makes people feel less seen or heard. So to just really honor each person where they're at, I think I've discovered has exactly what you just said. Yeah.
How do you process it at the end? You told us not to use I statements, but not, I forgot what it was.
To really to not narrate the story of everything you went through as you were writing, but to really kind of let the words settle to a place where just the most important things rise to being spoken.
Okay.
Kind of the same way, like let it come from the same place inside of you that the art comes from. That so that you're speaking. I think that's part of this speaking the universal collective truth, that we're all experiencing, because it gets it to that level.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Yeah. Any other thoughts? I know it's been a long day already. We can also just end early. I could have given you more time to draw. For a little bit of time, I thought we were ending at 5 instead of 5:15. So I'm on the East Coast. So
Yeah.
I didn't, anyway, it's been a pleasure sharing this with you. Debbie, did you have something to say?
I was just saying I'm on the East Coast too.
Yeah. So can I just do a little self-promotion here at the end?
Sure.
Of course, do
Okay.
it.
So I've got, so I do this twice a week. I do this on Tuesdays at East Coast lunchtime, and then Thursday East Coast lunchtime, and Tuesday evenings. The evening one is an hour and a half, so you can really just relax into it, and there's more spaciousness. And I just put my website link in there that has all of that in it, and also have a mailing list where I announce things like this. So if you want to be in my mailing list, just send me your email and I'll put you on.
Great.
And
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you,
you.
everybody. Thank you, LJ. I look forward to continuing this relationship and just,
Yeah.
I'm super relaxed now. So thank you.
Yeah, I think
I'm
the
like-
second round where we just put our wishes out into the world and collectively celebrate that with each other. And because oftentimes I think that's another piece of the power of this, right? Is that oh, everybody's wishing that for me. I don't feel so alone in that either.
Mhm, mhm.
I
Well, and
can-
that's sort of why, it's honestly why we're doing this symposium too, is that we're like, there's other people out there. We should just all be like, yeah, you can do this. And we're gonna, and I like that. Let it be so. And yeah, let's let it be so. So that it does it. It is. It's like 5 deep breaths when someone says that. So thank you for that. Yeah. And LJ's information is also in the workbook. And if you guys just don't know, just email us and we'll give it, we'll connect you. And yeah,
Great.
thanks. Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
all.
Yeah. So if you want to be more relaxed, the next performance is Sharon Burton's Yoga Nidra.
Yeah.
So go to the symposium page and really get relaxed.
And
then the
we'll-
next workshop is with Jess Hunt. So
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
I had a
We'll
quick
see you guys
question.
at,